Just think back to your childhood. How did your parents raise you? Maybe they said, go out, play, get dirty, and come back when the street lights turn on. Now, we track our kids' every steps, sanitize the monkey bars, and carry helmets for tricycles. Have things changed? Or have we changed? Or have we just gone full bubble wrap mode? And while we're at it, can we talk about something that every educator in this room has probably faced? Have students today gained a rebellious streak more than ever? Is it the hormones? Is it the Wi-Fi? Or like all mothers say, it's that damn mobile phone. In this hard-hitting provocation, Dr. Roublel Tuli and Ms. Shikha Dutt, co-founders of the Tuli's The Academy, Amritsar, unpack the unintended consequences of insulating learners from failure, risk, and real-world friction. This is not just a talk, it's a challenge to rethink resilience in the modern school system. Dr. Roublel Tuli and Ms. Shikha Dutt are dynamic educationists, parenting influencers, curriculum designers, and TEDx speakers with 18 years of experience each. As heads of Tuli's The Academy and kindergarten, they blend science, creativity, and communication to empower learners of all ages. Dr. Rouble, author of MBA for Children and creator of the popular language gym course and a best-selling psychometric career test, holds an MSc in biotechnology and an MA in English, with a Shakespeare certificate from Oxford. Ms. Shikha, with expertise in microbiology and nutrition, focuses on child milestones and curriculum design. Together, they run Over Breakfast and Young Readers Club, nurturing learning through literature and holistic parenting workshops. Over to you, sir and ma'am.
Thank you. So are we audible, everybody? So I think let's put it a little back.
Perfect.
And the timer is already on. Okay, Shikha. So hi, everybody. I am Dr. Roublel Tuli. Apart from running an academy and a kindergarten and writing lots of programs and curriculum for academies and kindergartens, I also run a very active social media page with my wife. The page is called Roublel Tuli Shikha Dutt Official. And there I talk a lot about education. I cry about report cards which aren't even mine. But there's one thing which I passionately believe in, and that is a pencil can change the world if it is held right.
And I am Shikha Dutt Tuli. I ensure Rouble does not go on making 20-minute long videos, but keeps it down to decent 3 to 6 minutes.
But Shikha, you would agree that no matter how long the video is, the parents and teachers out there, they end up loving it. In fact, every time we post a video that is longer than 3 minutes on Instagram, Instagram threatens us. Make your video, trim it down to under 3 minutes, or we are not going to circulate it to people, the new audience. We can't help shortening it, and the Instagram can't help circulating it. We end up being seen and heard. I think we are just the kind of content creators the teachers and parents out there were waiting for. Perhaps that's why we are here. And the fact that we started 4 months ago, I think there's a long way to go. So we say the most unsaid things about the schools, about the teachers, about homes, like why your child zones out, or why your child might be neurodivergent, or why yelling focus is not going to help your child focus, really.
And for now, we are here for all the bold, awkward, and the urgent conversations no one else is having. So let's begin.
So our slot is called Provocation. So naturally, we are expected to provoke. So if we provoke you a little too much, sorry for that. But I think that's exactly the platform where provocation should happen. That's where the educators, the school owners, the policy makers are sitting. So if this provocation works, I think the purpose of our being here is met. Our talk is called Bubblewrapping the Education System, because that's what we are doing. In all that flashiness and the fancy terminology today, we are bubble wrapping the actual loopholes which stay where they are. And today, if we candidly confess all of that, sorry already, let's unveil the bubble wrap. Oh yes, but I think we should begin with the quiz first. Are you ready for the quiz, everybody? I promise there's this interesting lesson that you will remember. So I put it on the side. I want you to show me your hands, everyone. Wonderful. So this is a goat. What is it? Let's be louder. This is a goat. This is a tortoise. Learning, right? This is American Sign Language, by the way. So this is tortoise. This is goat. This is the owl. What is this? See, we are learning new language already. And this is the bird. Lovely? Okay. Now, I'll ask you some questions. I don't want you to speak the answer. I want you to tell it using the sign language, ASL, American Sign Language. Ready, everybody? Okay. What is the animal that wakes up at night? Woo, yes, you're right. Okay, which animal would most likely win the mountain climbing race? Brilliant, the goat. Some people had interesting goats. Okay. Which animal is always late but ends up winning at the end?
Yes.
Wow,
tortoise.
amazing. Okay, which animal sings like nobody's watching? Clapping for yourself. And see, you know what we learned? A very simple lesson. The application of knowledge is that simple. You don't need any fancy infrastructure for that. All you need is you yourself.
That was nice, Rouble. So guess what? Indian schools are super excited because now in their hand there is the whole new amazing imported project-based learning from Finland. There are more and more Finnish imported schools, Finnish imported playgroups, Finnish imported report cards. Wow, our education landscape is evolving and changing.
Wow, Shikha, sounds exciting. And I'm sure the change comes with Finnish imported guilt for parents, Finnish imported stress for students, and Finnish imported confusion for teachers. Because basically we are importing this whole new premium gift box from Europe without any idea of, let's say, what exactly the Indian climate is, the context of India, and without any instruction manual to say that.
But I'm sure, Rouble, if a technology or system is imported, it surely comes with a manual.
Oh, manual. Oh, yes. I think that manual must be in Finnish because we haven't yet decoded it, because we are still blindfolding our eyes to the reality of India. All those projects in the project learning-based system, the projects actually are meant for the parents, I tell you. And we are talking about Indian parents, dear educators, the parents who certainly don't have the stationery shop right next to their kitchen. We are talking about the Indian parents who don't have the supplies for all that glue, glitter project, and who don't have that exact PC with the exact configuration that school needs for their practical homework task. And let's not forget the Wi-Fi, the electricity unreliability, and then, yes, the double shift of works. We are basically relying on a system that's standing on a skeleton of toothpicks.
But Rouble, it's just not project-based learning that we have imported. We have now these ideas of formative and summative assessments. That's fancy.
My God, truly fancy. Summative, formative, ooh la la. All of that is meant to help the child. All of that is meant to guide the teacher and the student. But let's face the reality. The best thing all of that really guides the students to is straight to the tuition centers. Okay, so tuition centers, let me tell you that if you talk with the teachers in school about the tuitions, they don't want to accept that tuitions exist, you know, because it's homework, it's not tuition work, is it? And tuition center is the elephant in the room, and everybody is negating it, even though we are all literally riding on it.
So when the schools come up with a fancy new plan, they indeed are excited, but that's an added burden to the parents?
Absolutely, and I have some statistics to prove. So according to research, over 68% of the parents in India, they feel unequipped when it comes to the modern schoolwork. And in fact, the rest of the 32%, you know where they are? They are busy on WhatsApp and their mummies and daddies portal where they're asking, ye homework kaise karna hai? Kisi ko pata lag raha hai? Because the schools are very clear when they say that let's help the child in learning, even when it requires the parents to install a stationery shop right next to their kitchen sink. Thank God we have the Google and the Chat GPT to ask how to do a certain homework. So what I really mean here is homework is a DIY, do-it-yourself parent exploitation. I wouldn't call it experiential learning if the experience belongs to the parents. In fact, I would say that if the child has to sleep by 9 p.m. while the mother is busy on YouTubing how to make a volcano smoke using a lot of incense sticks and a lot of regret, I would really call homework is now an extension to the classwork.
Right. If this is causing so much trouble, then why we are doing this?
Oh, Shikha, you didn't get it? We are doing it because Finland did it, Cambridge did it, IB did it, and in India we are the enthusiastic cousin at the wedding who don't know the dance steps or the choreography, but he's ready to dance. We are copy-pasting the entire systems which are made for the cold climates of Europe, the smaller classrooms, and the involved parenting. That is possible in Europe because they have the paternal-maternal leaves, and we are bringing it here to India, where we have 45 students in one classroom, unreliable Wi-Fis, no ACs. That's the reality.
Sometimes I feel India is missing the point now. There was a time when we came up with very Indianized ideologies, the celebratory ideas that came from the philosophers and the living legendary saints like Tagore and Gandhi.
Wow. You know what? See, India was in fact the first country which had Nalanda kind of universities. We are talking about 400 CE, where there was self-paced learning, where there was assessment by open debate. But today, 15 years so-called evolution, we are now struck with the management and administration of 9-period timetable. And we are actually looking at a school diary that looks more like a tax audit. So I think Tagore said learning through nature. But in most schools, unfortunately, nature is banned because apparently the students can get bitten by mosquitoes.
Oh. So you would say that via formative assessment, all we are actually having is self-doubt, anxiety, and a talent of hiding mistakes?
I think I would agree to that because we grade kids on creativity using a checklist, which I tell you is the most non-creative way to score a student. We score curiosity only if it exists in the rubric. And we ignore the real question, whether the child is really learning or is becoming good at wearing the garb of being a learner.
So no more Finland fantasies then?
I would say let's not judge Indian education by how well it mimics the West, but by how well it can really serve the needs of the East. And the reason I think today we have a lot of fanciness in our schools, in the terms and the infrastructure, because we are very much away from what the real Indian needs are. Okay, let's look at the kindergarten. We are happier taking our children to a trip to the bakery when I think the real experiential learning can happen with homemade chapatis. Are you all ready to make homemade rotis, everybody? Okay, let's have your hands up again. Now we're going to make rotis together, okay? So a simple experiential learning. Take some dough. Take it, everybody. Now roll, roll, roll. Make sure it's really round. Now flat, flat, flat. Flat, flat, flat. Pit, pat, pit, pat, pit. Pit, pat, and spat. Now clap. I like to eat round, round rotis. See, can there be anything else?
Yeah.
Anything better than this experiential learning?
Okay, so let's move over to a word that every school promises it is teaching students. No, not teaching, inculcating, nurturing. Oh, everyone is talking about empathy in education now. No grades, no exams till grade 5. Isn't that adorable?
Wow, how adorable. Empathy. I mean, now the students actually can't fail until they're in grade 5. The teachers can't use red color pen on the answer sheets, and we cannot put a 0 on the exam paper. Wow, you know what? That's exactly like hiding cancer diagnosis from a cancer patient, as if he's never going to discover that. I would call it sympathy and not empathy.
Right, but at least we're not burdening the children anymore.
Oh, we are not burdening the children. It's like skipping the gym class until grade 5, and then all of a sudden when they're in grade 6, they're unable to lift their school bag. I would rather call it delaying the struggle and inflating it fancily so that you just can't lift it.
Oh, but look at the bright side. We are focusing on the creativity now.
Creativity, wow. So we are decorating the schools more than ever now. And teachers are doing that for the joy of parents on the PT meet. And when parents say, our child is not getting this topic, the schools go, oh, don't worry, syllabus kam kar denge. As if education is the pizza. Oh, you don't want mushrooms? Let's get rid of the algebra as well.
So what should we do? Should we go back to rote learning then? Of course not. I mean, we need to inculcate critical thinking. Aren't schools doing a great job in making kids do that? And they are having these debates and MUNs?
Wow, 3 fancy words. We have critical thinking, we have debates, we have MUNs. If you go on the social media handles of the school, it really builds on that illusion that all of that is happening. But if you go on a research, you will see that only less than 1% of the students really participate in these debates and MUNs, because apparently the other 99% are just not good enough communicators. According to another research, over 70% students in a regular English medium Indian school are actually not able to comprehend complex English structures. They can only understand simpler, shortened sentences with workable comprehension only. And you're talking about critical and cognitive skills. They don't have the gift of language. Now that's where the school needs to focus more.
Right. So then, according to you, what does real empathy, real creativity, and real critical thinking looks like?
I'm very scared to say that, because if I say let's change the textbooks a little, you're going to get more textbooks with more boxes called Did You Knows, with more pictures. But actually what we need is textbooks that looks like workbooks, right? You have a few lines written, that's it, and something that the child can really do with those lines. That's what we call using the acquired learning. So we are talking about analogies, case studies, but I'm still scared because all of that goes in a colored box.
Right. So according to you, not one size fits all, more like many sizes and many tries?
Absolutely. We could begin something as simple as letting the child create his own definition. Today, when we are teaching a topic like friction, our idea of a definition is there should be one full stop. What if the children could actually write a definition which has multiple points, some examples, some analogies, just to showcase that he has understood?
Right. So also, how do we balance empathy in a syllabus that's growing monstrously?
I think a lot of educators have already said it, but they don't really are able to understand how it can work. A modular system of assessment, a credit-based system could really work great, because even if we say something like, oh, hum apne bachche ko, we don't teach them for 90%, then why do you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 90%? Because end of the day, higher percentage would always be perceived as a higher score. If we could have a credit-based system where half of the credits are only given if the child understands the mandatory basic stuff, and the other half is what he wants to do more of. Maybe he wants to deep dive into, let's say, experiments in some, long answers in some, or examination in some. We need to have more modular system. Wisdom is a single destination, but there could be hundreds of paths leading on to that.
But do you think with this modular credit system, students will really have the future-ready skills?
See, okay, today we think future-ready skills are about AI, Google Workspace classes, coding, we have Microsoft. How many of us really learned Instagram in school? But we work it all right, because the reality is all these particular softwares or tools will always be user-friendly. Rather than that, we need to teach something as simple as helping a child know what he wants to do with his life, to be able to think, of course, communication undoubtedly, and emotional management.
Right. So what's stopping school from doing this all?
I think the baggage the schools carry, the baggage the schools make the parents and the teachers carry. So we need to unclutter a lot of stuff. We need to unclutter the bag, unclutter the day, unclutter the syllabus, so that really the self-creation curiosity can lead the way. In fact, I tell you a very simple analogy. Today, if an Indian school, we are asked to teach a child how to ride a cycle, in 10 days, 9.5 days, we will teach him the history of cycle, about the famous cyclists, and on the half day, which is the 10th one, you will make him sit on a cycle, click his picture, send it to his parents, and say, experiential learning. Now you know where we need to declutter.
Right. Perhaps it is for this uncluttering that more and more schools are organizing now teacher training workshops.
Wow, Shikha, teacher training workshops? Are you talking about the online ones where the teacher can do the cooking alongside while the trainer rambles on? Are you talking about the offline ones where actually the teachers feel they already know what's being taught?
Right. Oh, don't tell me you did it again. You said it again, Rouble.
I said it again because I think teacher trainings are like herbal teas. For the overweight person. And these teas actually do nothing. They just make you feel good for a while. So in the teacher trainings, the syllabus remains there, the administrative workload remains there, the school expectations remain there, and the trainings are over.
Right.
Okay, this is the last bit. How many of you know Harry Potter? Oh, so you know Hogwarts, right? How many houses does a Hogwarts school have?
4.
Can you name them, Shikha?
Yeah, it's Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw.
Okay, let's see if we were in a Hogwarts school, which house we would fall in. I want all the timekeepers to also participate. Okay. On your, show me your 2 punches. If your answer is a yes, you keep opening your fingers, okay? We'll get to know the answer now. How many of you used to like climbing trees as a child? Okay.
You have to
How many of
participate,
you
Ravi sir.
used to ask questions like, but why, but why? How many of you used to help in clean? The right provocation.
Thank you so much. No, it's fine. No, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.